Hi everybody, and thank you for watching. So this is the area of my home that I'm going to be tackling. So this is my backyard, and you can see it doesn't seem that messy, but this corner here we've just been building up all of this clutter, and then also you can see all of the weeds that have been growing over here, and all this stuff that we've put on the rocks is purely because the dog digs, and it hasn't been functional purely because of that. So every time I bring like the table out and the chairs, the dog will get into that area. So I did buy these kind of like fences from Amazon, and I am going to install those, and hopefully the dog will stay out of the rocks and it'll avoid him digging that area. So my first goal is to basically clear out this. I'm going to weed a little bit. I am going to bring everything out and make this garden area a lot more neater. Also, my plant over there, I really do need to repot it. You can see that it is kind of growing out of it. I will eventually. I do need to go to the store and potentially buy a few more pots, and then basically the ones that are coming out, I can put those in a different pot. But I do like that aloe vera tree. That's probably like the only plant that I have other than this big tree, and it has survived. I do not have a green thumb at all, and really I cannot garden. But that aloe vera tree right there, I actually got it from somebody on Facebook, which was very surprising. I bought that pot and it's been thriving. I do need to probably fill up a little bit more soil in it and repot some of it, but it just keeps on growing, which I'm very happy about. But I am going to move that over to the other corner. You'll see that a little bit later, but right now I am just taking out all of the weeds. The last time we went through and cleaned up this kind of backyard was, I would say, almost a year. Honestly, we do it maybe just before summer. That's usually when the kids are wanting to play in the backyard with the water table and all that. But other than that, most of the time we don't really go in the backyard. But yeah, I'm going to continue to take all the weeds out, and you can see to the left that the rocks don't look that good purely because the dog has been digging in there. We've consistently got multiple new bags of rocks every time we fix this area, but the dog gets into it. But I think with this new fencing that you're going to see I will install, it will help. I am doing this voiceover about a week after I filmed this, and honestly the fence did help so much. And this is just one side of my backyard. I also have to fix the other side, but there's nothing much over there other than the trash bins and some chairs and stuff like that. This is the main section that we usually kind of the kids play in and stuff. We also have that big screen there. So when we first bought this place, we used to come to the backyard quite often. We had a projector and would watch TV on there. So it was nice, like at the summer nights, just relaxing, watching TV. But it's been a long time since we've done that. I do want to potentially get a new projector because the one that I got was very cheap, and it would work with your cable box. But since we no longer have cable, we just kind of have those streaming services, that actual projector does not work. So I do need to find a new projector that could probably, I can like Apple play it or whatever to the projector, and we can watch from kind of like my phone. So I have to look into that. But I am just trying to spread out the dirt and the rocks a little bit, purely because the dog really got into that corner and it just doesn't look good. And you can see it should be all white, but instead you just see a little bit of dirt here and there. Maybe later on I will try and get some more rocks from Home Depot and fill it up a little bit more, but for now I'm happy. This place used to look so nice when we first bought it, but now it's just kind of, yeah, we just don't take care of it. Okay, so I got these two slabs, if you see there, these really big slabs from the Buy Nothing group. She had a lot more. I didn't realize how big they were until I picked them up. And so I'm probably going to try and figure out how to utilize them, considering that I do have a few larger cement bricks over there. I'm going to leave that for now, but I'm going to try and use those in the corner if possible, purely so that I can place stuff on there, and it would help a little bit. So you can see that plant needs to be repotted, but for now it's just going to stay in the corner, and it actually looks quite nice there. Hopefully I can find another pot that's similar and then also place them along those kind of like bricks. Okay, so one of these, I don't know what you call them, but these large bricks I'm going to place in this corner, and then the other one I'm actually going to place on the other side, because we do have a barbecue that just doesn't fit right on the rocks, and I do need to still store it in the garden purely so the dog doesn't get to it. But I wanted to put this here for now, just temporarily, and hopefully that does help, and we'll just see how this place looks like in the future. But for now, I've already got these big bricks, I might as well use them. At first I wanted to see if I can place it on that right side, but it was just going to go over the cement, that it would not work when it comes to the fence. So I ended up putting it on this side. I just moved some of the rocks out of the way. It's not the ideal way to place these in here, but I'm just doing it really quickly, and these things are so heavy. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. You can see, I don't know if you can notice how much I'm struggling, but yeah, it was very, very heavy. But I was able to place it there, which I'm happy about, and it was quite even, and that way I can also put the kind of barbecue smoker on there so the dog doesn't get to it. So this area is looking a lot better. There's my little bag of soil, so I bought that a long time ago to pot the aloe vera, and it's just there for now until I get another pot to repot those. Okay, so this is the box that has all of the fencing, so I'll try and leave a link down below. And I didn't use all of it. I could potentially use some of it on the other side of my backyard, but I wasn't sure how many I needed to get. But yeah, this ended up working out, and I'm very happy about it. So there is a few kind of fences, and then there's actually those sticks. So every fence, if you can see that, I have to put a stick in between them. That way it will hold up, and it just goes straight into the ground. My daughter ended up seeing what I was doing, and she wanted to help, so you will see her here and there just handing over the sticks so that I can install the fences. So the fence is about 1 foot high, I think it is, and surprisingly, because it's there, the dog has no interest in trying to jump over. We do have a American bulldog, so he's not a jumping dog. He can potentially jump. Sometimes I've seen him jump on the couch, which he's not allowed to, but he's not necessarily a dog that can jump. So because we've had these fence around this garden, he has not gone in this area at all. He's kind of like done his business on the other side of the backyard, which I'm very happy about. And so because of that, I can say that we can probably do a little bit more with our garden in the future. It kind of looks like a desert garden with the rocks and a few plants, but I want to try and maybe put a few more planters in there, and maybe even put some color in the backyard, because there's a few green, but most of it is white, gray, and brown. So we'll just see. But yeah, very happy that these fencing did work, and I do want to try and tackle the other side of the backyard maybe a little bit later on, maybe after summer ends, and see what we can do there, because we also need to look at our shoes, like decluttering some of our shoes on the shoe rack. I did a little bit in this video, but we do need to do a lot more. Off camera, I mentioned that we've been clearing out our garage. There was a whole bunch of shoes that my kids no longer fit, and so I've been cleaning those and listing them for sale. I still have this baby gate or playpen that we've kept for a long time because of the dog. I did put it in the back of the wall. You'll see me place it there temporarily, but I think I may try to get rid of that in the future. We'll just see. I did have to get a hammer for these last couple of ones purely because I don't know, it just I guess this part of the soil was a little bit more harder than I thought. At the same time, I was trying to figure out how I'm going to put these last bit in because it's not exactly measuring right. I was thinking, do I put it on an angle or do I still follow the cement? And then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to follow the cement. And I ended up getting also a bunch of cable ties so that I can tie them up as well, because they will go into the ground with the stick, but there's still going to be a little bit of a gap. So to keep them together, I ended up cable tying them. So I did do one on the end, and then this middle part here, because the two will overlap, I did get some cable ties, and I had to get a few extra, or use a few extra of those sticks. That way they can all go in. So yeah, my daughters really wanted to help me, which I'm very grateful. They see it more like playing, but I was very happy that they're here to help. And then at the same time, after we did all this, they were able to play with the water table, which is what they've been wanting to do for a while. So that's the reason why I thought, okay, I have about an hour to spare, let me quickly do this. It's not that hot today, and you'll see the light change because we did this in the late afternoon. By the time we were done, it was getting close to dark, and the kids still were able to play, which I'm happy about. But yeah, see the little one still trying to help out as much as possible, but I don't need another stick. I just needed to get some cable ties and tie it. We did have a big storm quite a few weeks ago, or close to about a month, and you can see that the projector screen is blowing a little bit. It came off the tape, so I do have to buy some more Gorilla Tape for that. I'm surprised that it's been up there for so long. We've been in our home for about 5 years, and we put that up within the first couple of weeks that we moved in. And so it's been up there for a good 5 years, which is surprising. But yeah, that big storm that came through, finally, it did some damage on the backyard. You didn't see it, but yeah, it did some damage on the backyard, and that screen has now come off, and I do need to fix that. Okay, so the garden is now done. I'm very happy about that. Now we need to hose down all of their toys, and while they're playing with all of their toys, I will focus on the corner because we have 2 tables there that I want to get rid of, and there's like toys and random stuff on there as well that does not need to be there. And I also want to kind of declutter the shoes a little bit and just clean that up. Okay, so my kid really wanted to play with her water table, so I said, okay, let's start hosing everything down, cleaning everything. That way she can play with it, and every time she wants to play with it, it is clean, and she can just go outside and play. It is very interesting how, as an adult, when we try to clean and declutter, it's kind of daunting and we kind of avoid it. But when it comes to the kids, they enjoy it for some reason. By me cleaning, they almost see it as playing as well, and they wanted to help out all the time. So I'm just hosing down this really quickly, and then I'm going to get them. I told my daughter to go get some of the Dawn and some of the scrubs, and then they can scrub all of this and clean it. So we haven't touched this water table in almost a year. They basically play it only in summer, and so they wanted to help out and clean it. Also, all of the toys that usually go on this water table needs to be cleaned as well. So they're going to be cleaning that for me, because when we had that storm, everything kind of got dirty in the backyard. We had a whole bunch of dust, even all the shoes, everything got really dirty. And so if they were in the garage, then they wouldn't be that bad. But yeah, we kind of left stuff out here and it caused a lot of mess. But other than that, yeah, I'm just spraying the Dawn, and then I'm going to get my daughter to start scrubbing. Of course, they're just doing what they know, but I'm trying to get them. They have to put some elbow grease into it and scrub it a little bit more, and that way it's going to be a lot quicker and they can play with their toys faster. So that's what I've been doing here. So I'm helping them a little bit, and then I told my daughter to get the hose. We're going to start getting also all the toys from the corner, and then she can start helping me clean that and they can play afterwards. So you can see by me scrubbing it, I'm scrubbing it a lot more faster, even though this is in fast mode. She's doing it a lot more slower and how would I say it, more delicate. But I'm like, no, you just have to put some elbow grease and just really scrub really hard, because this stuff, there's a lot of dirt on it, and if you want to clean, you have to do it properly. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm gonna leave it here, watch as we clean and hose these down, and I will come back with some more voiceover of what we're doing and the plan for this backyard. The kids went into the house for a little bit, but now it's time for me to start decluttering this area, and then they're going to come out soon and I'm going to ask them to start cleaning some of the toys. I do have a bunch of these bleach here. I'm not sure why we kept them under here, but I am going to put them in the garage. And then we do have that black bucket there, which is actually stuff to clean the boat, so I'm going to also put that one in the garage as well. I do want to go through this all of these bags. I have stuff for the pool, I have stuff for the beach, I even have sunscreen here. I was checking the expiry dates and they're still good, so I'm gonna try to see if they will be fine. But yeah, there's just stuff here that is just dirty and old, and I'm asking them, do you want these? If not, we're going to either sell them at the yard sale or we're going to just get rid of them. I just don't want them here anymore. I wanted to get rid of these tables and have a clean backyard in this area. So you can see me throwing away quite a lot of stuff, and then everything else on the table the kids are going to start cleaning. So all those like little toys and stuff like that, we're gonna get them to clean it. And then all of these tubs, so I used to have a kind of like organizing shelving in this area when we first moved here, and we kind of like organized all of their art stuff, and over time we just were not using the space, so I ended up getting rid of that. But some of their art stuff I still kept it in here in those tubs, and we just never went back to them. So now I'm gonna just get rid of it. But that tub there has got all of the toys, so I'm gonna ask them to start cleaning them, get the Dawn, get the scrubs. That way you can clean all the stuff on the table and we can start playing with it. So at first I'm just gonna fill up this bucket with water, and then they can utilize that, and then I can continue to clean that side of the backyard. So we do have a bunch of those large Lego. I asked them if they wanted that. They said no. And then all the other stuff is going to go in the garage, purely because they should not be here in the backyard. If we get another storm like that, there's going to be more dust, and we don't need that. I want to have this kind of clean. Eventually, I don't want any of these shoes here, but that's going to be another time when we can clean the shoe closet, or we can potentially find space for these in the garage. That's another idea as well. So over the time, you've been seeing my home change. We continue to declutter, we continue to clean and move things around, move furniture around. And over the years, I'm going to see a lot more changes, purely because we have older kids that may move out in the next couple of years, which means that these little ones will have their own room. Right now, they share it with me, and if they have their own room, like all the toys downstairs will end up in their room. We'll have a nice clean house. We can declutter again. And yeah, that's basically it. So they're cleaning, I am decluttering. So I'm just going through everything that is here. And then I also was going to throw away that rag, but I thought, you know what, let me just quickly use it just to wipe down some of the dust on here. But those tables, I no longer want. That brown table there, we've had since I moved to America. That used to be my husband's old table. That used to be in his room, but then we moved and it became on the balcony. Then we moved again and it's just been outside. And yeah, it's time now, because it's been outside. There's a bit of rust on the bottom and it's something that we don't need. That small table, at first I was going to get rid of it, but then I thought, you know what, we may need it, but I want to get rid of the big one first, and then let's see how I can organize this corner so that it's a little bit more neater, because we do have a few things that I wanted to keep out here. So I have a tub full of those mosquito kind of candles and all that. They need to stay out here. And I think one of the other tubs is got some of the dog stuff. So I wanted to kind of leave those out as well. So it is better for me to just basically keep that table for now, so that we can have stuff on there that is needed in the backyard and is off the floor. So they're continuing to clean and use the soap to get all the dust off those toys, and I'm continuing to declutter and clean that corner. It did get a lot messy on the top there. I didn't zoom in, but it was very, very dusty. I do have our old projector there that we haven't touched in years, so in the end I just wiped it down. I decided to put it in a bag and try and sell it on the yard sale. And then I was just happy that everything was off that kind of counter there. They were able to all fit on that small table. So I really decluttered to the point that if it doesn't fit on the table, then it's not going to stay here. And then after that, I did focus on the shoes, because a lot of the shoes were dusty, as well as the shelving that the shoes are on were dusty as well, purely because of the storm. So I really wanted to clean that up. I didn't heavily clean the shoes, but I did wipe down the shelving. And then eventually I am going to go through the shoes that I wanted to keep and soon clean them. I'll have to do that off camera. I also had like a whole bunch of my kids' shoes from the garage that no longer fit them, and I did a whole massive cleaning of all of those shoes. So I scrubbed them all, and I was able to take pictures and try and sell them online. So I'm not just decluttering, I'm also trying to see if I can make a little bit of money on the side. So with the decluttering, I can post stuff on Facebook or other platforms, and I've gotten a few hits on some of the stuff. It may take a little bit longer. What's good about some of those other platforms is if somebody likes the item, you can send them an offer of like 10% off or 20% off. So let's say I listed it for $10 and they've liked it, I want it gone, I can just submit an offer to them of $8, and if they accept it, they'll get it for $8 instead of the 10, and I think I'll profit like $6. But honestly, that is not bad for me, considering I would have spent how much on those shoes and items when they were brand new. And a lot of the times I kind of get to the point where I just want to just donate it and be done with it, but I actually spent the time to clean them, post them, and get some of my money back, which I think, well, I'm proud of myself for actually doing that. So yeah, I'm cleaning this a little bit, like wiping it down, and as I see some shoes that the kids no longer wear, I'm even asking them. I am gonna create a donation bag and a sell bag as well, because yeah, some of them that are still in good condition I want to sell. Also, with the ones that are too small for my older child, I am storing them in the garage for my younger one. That way she has shoes. So this really helped us a lot, because their feet really grow very quickly. And my little one, instead of us going out and buying shoes, I didn't have to. So she went from a size 10 to an 11. I went into the garage, and my daughter actually had about 4 shoes, size 11 and 12. Some of them are actually brand new that she didn't even fit in anymore because she jumped some sizes. And my older one, she jumped shoe sizes as well. A year ago, she was like size 2, and then eventually she just jumped to size 6. So she skipped like 3, 4, 5. She skipped 3 sizes and jumped. And so I had a whole bunch of shoes that were size 4, size 5, and she didn't fit them. And so we do have quite a few shoes for my little one, and I don't mind storing it for now. I know a lot of people think, oh, well, just declutter them and donate them. I don't mind storing them because we have the space, and then we do go through it when they are of age. And then by that time, if they don't want it, then I can donate it. So I do have like tubs of clothes in the garage, and she's now going through a size 6, so I pulled out all of those. They do have different styles, and so I was able to go through. She could fit some of the clothes and wear them. The rest of them, I just bag them up and donate them. So I know I stored them for about 5 years, but I don't mind. You can see the sun is going down, so the lighting has changed a little bit, but they're still enjoying their time cleaning and playing. And you can see the corner under the railing where the shoes are, and that corner where there was just so much clutter, it has changed dramatically, which I'm very happy about. And so yeah, we're almost done here. Honestly, they're about to like hose down and rinse all of the toys. I have completed my section. I'm just tidying up all the things that no longer need to be there. All of those big Lego, I ended up putting them in a bag, and we took them in the garage temporarily so I can sell them. I wanted to keep the actual basket because we can use that whenever we're going places. And so yeah, it was a struggle to find an angle to show you what's going on here, but yeah, they were basically done. And so I helped them a little bit hose everything down, and it was already getting late. Well, not too late, but late enough where it was no longer hot. So I wanted to just kind of hose everything down, clean it, and they can play with the water table potentially tomorrow. But at least the area is in a state where they can just walk out and play. I don't need to be pulling things out of the garden or hosing stuff down. Everything is clean. I think next year what I'm going to do is, especially all of these toys, I might like put them in a bag and put them in the garage. That way they don't get dirty throughout the year. So when summer is over, pack up all those toys and put them in the garage. The table can stay out here, but just the toys are the things that catch most of the dust. And so maybe that's going to be the next thing I'm going to do. That way everything is a little bit more cleaner, and I don't know, less work for us every time summer comes around and they want to play with these toys, because they only play with it during summer. It gets pretty cold here in the winter, and also we don't like to go out too much in the backyard. You're worrying about bugs. Like even during summer you have to worry about mosquitoes. That's why we always have those mosquito stuff lying around, a lot of mosquito candles, and there's incense. Yeah, and then during winter we have the problem with like the flies and all that, and the ants. And so yeah, it's just, I'm complaining, but I still love living in California and the weather. But yeah, we're almost done here. I'm just finally hosing down everything. Yes, the garden did catch a lot of the soap, which is fine. It will eventually dissolve. But I'm just happy that the table's all clean. The garden is nice and neat now. and it's going to be less work for me because the dog's never going to go into that section, which is good. And so I can probably just get some more rocks, get some more pots, repot my plant. That's going to be something I'll do probably off camera. And then yeah, I'm very happy to like walk into my backyard, and it is just, it doesn't look like clutter. It doesn't look like a place of storage. It actually looks like a place where you can enjoy outside. Once we get a new projector and we can probably do movie nights outside, that would be ideal. I still remember when we first moved in here and set up the projector, we had a big table outside, and we were doing like Korean barbecue. We brought out the grill. We'll be watching a show and just cooking out there. We did that for the first couple of years, and then it started to just become a place of storage once we got the dog. And so I'm trying very diligently to just not leave the dog in the backyard but walk him, because if instead of him doing his business out here and me constantly cleaning up after him, I'd rather him do his business outside. And I just like pick it up, you know what I mean? I'm not having to like hose it down and stuff. Okay, so I'm just rearranging this corner because I don't like the table being there. So what I wanted to do is kind of tuck it in underneath. That way it seems like there is more space. And so what I did was I pulled a few things out, and then I'm just slowly tucking it in there. And I think it looks better that way. That corner can stay open. The toys are just going to stay up there for now, purely because they are wet. But yeah, for some reason our backyard kind of slopes into this corner, which is why there's water that's catching in there. So it's ideal for me to just have the table to the side. That way when the water catches in that corner, I can just use the we have that floor sweeper to get the water out. Okay, and so it is looking amazing now. I just wanted to organize the table and chairs and the water table, and let's just do a really quick recap of what it looked like. So I feel like it was just clutter everywhere, weeding, and just stuff placed in the garden, and this is what it looks like now. So sorry about the lighting, but yeah, the table is out, the corner is nice and clean. We have a bit of clutter there, but it's contained and it's very minimum. And then the garden is looking amazing. I just have to do a few little small things there, but happy with the fence, happy with the way it all turned out. And yeah, I don't know. You tell me, what do you think about my backyard transformation? And so that's basically it. If you have any questions or comments, do leave them down below and I'll respond. But other than that, thank you for watching this transformation. The fencing there is amazing. You can see it in the light. It does wonders with keeping the dog out of the garden. And so yeah, thank you for watching.